How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan. Born to battle. Start just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys Fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And for the life of me, Cowboys Nation, I really don't understand why there's been so much coverage of this Micah Parsons trade to the Green Bay Packers almost 6 months removed from it actually happening. Instead of talking about the next chapter of his career and his life as a Green Bay Packer, we're hearing talks about how he almost became a Philadelphia Eagle during a week where the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots are about to play in Super Bowl 60. The conversation is about the contract situation between Micah Parsons, David Mulugeta, and Jerry Jones, as if the media hadn't covered this story enough. But Cowboys Nation, I'll put a post up over on X giving my opinion about the Micah Parsons interview with A.J. Brown on his podcast on Bleacher Report, and that thing grew legs. Over 55,000 people have already viewed it. So I want to dive into that a little bit more during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
I'm keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation, here we are over on my X account where you can see that this post, it has 55.8 thousand views. Not trying to pat myself on the back or anything like that, but I'm just trying to show you that this thing grew legs. But I'm going to read you the post. It says, remember the days when it was F the Eagles from Micah? Now he's not a Dallas Cowboy. He wanted to go to Philly? I honestly respect Jerry's decision more and more the more I hear Micah speak about the issue. Great move, Jerry. So what we're going to do, we're going to listen to what Micah Parsons had to say, and this is just clipped off, so it's not going to go through his whole spiel, but it's going to give you just enough. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
Yo, we could get into that. Hold on.
You can hear it still there. You can hear it still there.
So to be honest with you, bro, it was very close.
Okay.
It was very close. Eagles, before the Jalen Phillips, before all them, it was me.
Yeah.
It was me. Yeah. And I was really about to come, but there was one person that I had to play with that if he was gone, I did not want to be there. And that was Jalen Carter. Okay. They wanted to D-tackle.
Yeah.
And they wanted to trade me plus.
All right, so there it is. It just repeated itself. But the thing is, no, you wasn't that close. You weren't close to being a Philadelphia Eagle. Even if they kept Jalen Carter, you were not close to being a Philadelphia Eagle because it doesn't require you to want to be choosing where you go. That's all up to Jerry Jones, and he wasn't, and I repeat, he wasn't going to send Micah Parsons to a division rival. He went on record saying that. But let's go ahead and go back over to the station so I can break this down a little bit more. All right, Cowboys Nation. One thing that I am a big proponent on, and if you've been following the channel, you know, I'm a big proponent on respect. I respect these players. I respect these players for going out there and giving it their all in order to bring the bag home to their family, as well as to entertain NFL fans such as I in the sport that we crave. I respect when a player comes to a team that I root for and he gives it his all, that he leaves everything out on the field, that works in order for the future of the franchise to be successful. I respect those players who know that the NFL is a business first. That trades, extensions, and being released from a team, it happens to every single team in the league. I respect the players' feelings when it comes to being released or traded from a team that they envision playing for their entire career. I know that has got to hurt, Cowboys Nation. It's kind of like being in a marriage with the most beautiful girl that you know, only for it to end in divorce 4 years later. And as a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, I truly wanted the Dallas Cowboys to reach an agreement with Micah Parsons and his representation in David Mulugeta. I changed my profile picture over on X to the number 11. I tweeted out hashtags saying, "Pay Micah now." Micah Parsons was the last jersey that I ended up purchasing for the 2023 season. The way this whole situation happened between Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons left a sour taste in my mouth for both individuals involved. But for those that rock with the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel, y'all know that I stay on Jerry's top, no diddy. I stay critiquing Jerry Jones. Whenever he makes a move that impacts this team in a negative sense, I give him the business on this platform. But when he traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, I gave Jerry Jones the business. But as the post I made today said, I respect Jerry Jones' decision more and more the more I hear Micah Parsons speak about the issue. The only thing that I can equate his words to is to feeling like a scorned ex-Cowboys Nation. Hell hath no fury. Here we are, 6 months removed from the actual trade and almost 8 months removed from the apparent separation from the team, his brothers. We're still talking about this situation. Micah is still talking about this situation. But people tend to think that I've taken Jerry Jones' side on this whole trade. When it happened, I objectively looked at how it happened and why it happened, Cowboys Nation. I looked at what was happening in the locker room and what would eventually transpire during training camp and the 2025 preseason. The more the story unfolded, the more accountability started to go out the window and the blame game started to happen. Here we are now, 1 day away from Super Bowl 60, and the blame is being pushed solely over to one side by the player. Honestly, it looked as if Jerry Jones had moved on from the situation, only to have the media, the talking heads, and the beat writers continuously bringing it up just to make headlines, Cowboys Nation. It was even brought up back when George Pickens had his interview with DLLS Cowboys and the very own Clarence Hill Jr. And I will tell you, Cowboys Nation, that was a little messy. But Cowboys Nation, the reason why I said what I said in that post is because of what Micah Parsons has been saying when it pertains to the trade. How it was all Jerry Jones disrespecting him and forcing their relationship to go to shit, in his words. The thing about it is that every single Dallas Cowboys fan can go back and watch every interview Micah Parsons partook in and hear how he was discussing the numbers when it came to his contract. How there wasn't a difference between $30 and $40 million. How he was willing to not be the highest paid player in NFL history in order to stay a Dallas Cowboy. Jerry Jones didn't force him to say those things. He willingly said those things in front of the media. But we all know when negotiations went downhill, don't we, Cowboys Nation? When Micah Parsons told Jerry Jones to speak to his agent. Why wasn't "speak to my agent" said the moment that money started to become a talking point for Jerry Jones? Jerry Jones didn't advise Micah to hold in and become a distraction to the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't advise Micah Parsons to publicly demand a trade in front of Cowboys Nation. Jerry Jones didn't tell Micah Parsons to lay down on a medical table during the preseason game, and Jerry Jones didn't advise Micah Parsons to not be there for his teammates and defensive rookies coming to the team that year. I can tell you that Donovan Ezeraku would have benefited greatly from the teachings of Micah Parsons if Micah Parsons would have been there for his team. This is where my support for Micah Parsons kind of dwindled, Cowboys Nation. This is when I started to see him become the locker room cancer that I have spoken about before. It wasn't when he crafted the rift between the defensive locker room with Malik Hooker or DeMarcus Lawrence. I look past those situations, Cowboys Nation. It was when the money became more important than his brothers in that locker room. It was when the contract became more important than being there for your brothers. Now he went on this podcast and he spoke about being close to being traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. He said the only reason why he didn't go because he wasn't going to go there and play without Jalen Carter, when in all actuality, he didn't have a choice if he was going to the Philadelphia Eagles or not. Micah's destination was not in his control, but he sat on that podcast and acted like it was his choice. This is after Micah Parsons went on record saying, F the Eagles. Like I said, it's not your choice, Micah. That was all on Jerry. But Cowboys Nation, this past week has shown me a lot about Micah Parsons. Trying to move behind the scenes in order to recruit George Pickens to the Green Bay Packers, not caring about the rules of illegal tampering when it comes to the NFL. It kind of resembles the rules of keeping your agent involved and not trying to circumvent the negotiation process just like Jerry Jones did. Trying to manipulate the media into thinking that it was all on Jerry Jones and he was the innocent bystander in the situation. It just makes me feel that Jerry made the right decision in trading Micah Parsons and getting him away from the Dallas Cowboys locker room. Also, all these talks about the Dallas Cowboys while being a Green Bay Packer, it just gives me vibes that he's not happy where he is, Cowboys Nation. That there's regret looming in the atmosphere for Micah Parsons. That the grass, it wasn't greener on the other side of the fence, and this is why I stress to George Pickens to follow your heart and not the bag. The bag will land you in a place that you truly don't want to be. Listening to people that think that they have your best interest in mind will place you in a situation that causes you to be unhappy. Let's take Chad Ochocinco's desire for Pickens to be a Las Vegas Raider, who's currently in a rebuild, I might add. Do you really think that George Pickens wants to be a part of a team who's in the middle of a rebuild, Cowboys Nation? I don't think so. So with all that being said, I wish Micah Parsons nothing but the best in the next chapter of his career. I hope he heals quickly so he can return back to the field and can be as explosive as he was before the injury. That he can continue to provide for his family and be an impact for the team that he finds himself with in the future. I just wish that Micah Parsons would move on from the Dallas Cowboys. Move on from the soreness that he has for Jerry Jones. Move on from talking about the contract negotiations that went south with Jerry Jones. Move on from mentioning the Dallas Cowboys in a negative light and move on for his own peace of mind. I mean, I'm not in the building, I'm not in the star, but I can bet you that the Dallas Cowboys are doing what they have to do in order to move on. They're trying to find his replacement, and it's hard trying to replace a transitional talent. As much as the past keeps Micah up at night, I can bet my bottom dollar that Jerry Jones doesn't lose one wink of sleep over this whole situation. At the end of the day, it's a business, and the most recent interviews in the media has shown me that feelings got involved. More feelings from Micah than from Jerry. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, where do you find yourself in this whole Micah Parsons situation? Are you glad he's no longer a Dallas Cowboy? Do you miss him being on the Dallas Cowboys? Or do you wish that people would just move on? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them up yet, don't use them all on me. I thank you if you do. Make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and you wish Micah Parsons well in his future endeavors, or you just don't give a damn, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. You can catch the Madden 26 and College Football 26 gameplay on the new channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. I'll put the link to that in the description, and I'll make sure I put my gamer tag in there as well. But like I said at the beginning of the video, Cowboys Nation, I am big on respect. In no way am I trying to disrespect Micah Parsons or anyone who roots for him. I just hope that he can truly get over what happened to him in Dallas so he can move on and hopefully grow from the situation. It's time for all parties involved to just move on, media included. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.